The movie begins with a satellite capsule named Pilgrim in space moving at a rapid rate. Then we see the International Space Station hovering above Earth as the sun rises over the horizon. Inside the ship, Dr. Miranda, the quarantine officer, tells the command center that the Pilgrim capsule is returning with samples it has collected from the surface of Mars, but Pilgrim was damaged and is not on the right course to be received by them, so they have to use a robot arm to grab it as it passes by them. Rory Adams, the man who will grab the Pilgrim capsule, is getting suited up to go outside. David floats off to grab a pad and runs into show on his way back. Everyone is nervous about the mission except Rory. In the control room, Katerina, the mission commander, is there with Miranda and they get ready for the impact of the Pilgrim. Rory now has control of the robot arm as Shaw watches out the window. You then meets Miranda by the window because he believes in Rory making the catch. It's time now. Everyone waits in suspense for Rory to make the catch they can see it in. Alright, buckle up, folks. Rory's on the edge, just snagging that catch. Phew, lab relief. Meanwhile, Hugh's microscoping Mars, and holy moly, he's found a fossilized cell. This ain't no rock, people, it's a tiny Martian ghost. They crank up the heat, nada. But Hugh's got a hunch. Poof, Earth here, and bam. This little dude's waking up. Life on Mars confirmed. BOOM. Fast forward, Katerina's fielding questions from Earth's future geniuses. She even spills that David's been space chilling for 473 days, about to be the ultimate cosmic couch potato. They give the Earth kids a space cribs tour. And get this, the kids name the Martian cell Calvin. Later, Rory and Hugh's plumbing's gone interstellar, and Miranda's poking and prodding David like a science experiment gone right. He's close to. Hold on to your helmets, space cadets. Poor Hugh, stranded in space and digging his new paralyzed life. Talk about finding silver linings in cosmic clouds. And Katerina's showering him with love. Oh, fast forward, and Calvin's doing a serious glow up. Hugh's jaw drops. It's not just growth, it's like all the cells decided to throw a party and become one super organism. Miranda's mind is officially blown. Muscle cells doing nerve cell impressions, photoreceptors moonlighting as everything else. And now, drum roll please. Calvin's reaching out, all curious and cuddly. No fear, just pure, unadulterated space baby love. Appendages galore. Later, everyone's in the canteen, laughing it up and... Picture this, Dave's wife is about to pop, but he's stuck watching it all on a screen from the canteen. Talk about awkward. His buddies are cracking up at his reading style. But hold on, a baby bombshell. David shows off his new family like it's a royal reveal. Meanwhile, Mr. Sentimental Hugh is having a major love affair with Calvin. Finger cuddles, anyone? But bam, alarm bells. Turns out, Hugh forgot to lock up the lab, rookie mistake. Rory and Miranda are not amused, they're like, triple check, buddy. And here's the kicker, Calvin's gone dormant. Miranda suspects Hugh's lockup snafu is to blame. Now Hugh's feeling the guilt, hard. Later, brainstorming with Miranda, he's got a bright idea. Let's zap Calvin back to life with electricity. Hold on to your hats, folks. Hugh's got a brilliant plan. He's charming Miranda with the idea of learning all about Calvin in a lab setting. Cue the electric cattle prod, because that's how you handle alien life forms, right? Zap. Nothing. Zap again. Bingo. But oh, Calvin's not playing nice, folks. He's got a grip like a vice, crushing that electric rod like it's a twig. Hugh's in a jam, Rory's ready to rumble, but Miranda's like, hold your horses. Hugh tries the old distraction trick, but Calvin's not falling for it. Fingers are breaking. Finally, Calvin lets go, Hugh collapses, and bam! Calvin's making a break for it, using that handy-dandy electric rod to rip through the glove. Rats. Literally. Calvin finds dinner and it's not pretty. Quickly, Rory has had enough and jumps into the lab to rescue Hugh. As he pulls him out, Calvin catches Rory on his leg and David locks the door before either of them can escape. Rory understands that he can't get out while Calvin is on his leg, so he decides to use an oxygen candle to burn off Calvin. Calvin then jumps off his leg and onto the wall. Rory wants to kill it in the Katerina gives him permission. Shaw tells him to use the flamethrower, so he grabs it and chases Calvin across the room trying to kill it with flames. He can't catch it and he's wasting too much fuel. Rory can't find Calvin and without anyone noticing it jumps on his back and gets inside his mouth. Calvin starts to kill Rory from the inside as the rest watch on helplessly. The flamethrower then floats towards a sensor and triggers the fire alarm, and Katerina and Shaw rush to turn it off, but a much bigger Calvin emerges from Rory's mouth and is trying to escape through the fire extinguisher ducts. They go one by one, but Calvin beats them to it and escapes later that. Alright, buckle up buttercups. So, Rory's a goner, rip. But hold on, Calvin's on the loose. Katerina's screaming, abort mission, because this thing's a certified kill. What? But Houston, we've got a problem, the message didn't send. Katerina's got a spacewalk to fix the comms. David's prepping her like she's going to the Met Gala. Her last orders? Nuke Calvin, no matter the cost. She gets to the transmitter. It's fried. Bam! Calvin springs out. Now a massive space squid clamps onto her suit. He's trying to get back inside to breathe. She slams the valve shut. He's squeezing her leg like a stress ball. David's rushing to the airlock. Meanwhile, Calvin's busted her coolant. Suit's flooding. She's blind as a bat. Talk about a bad day at the office. As she heads towards the airlock, she has to jump to get there, so she detaches herself from the ship and leaps to the airlock and manages to catch herself at the other end, but she's basically drowning right now in her own suit. David is inside getting ready to go out to get a Katerina. She gets to the lock, but then she holds the lock down to keep herself and Calvin outside. As it gets even bigger now, she holds the lock in place despite David asking her to open it to let her in. She wants to end it by sacrificing herself to kill Calvin. David begs her, but she has made up her mind. She floats away as they cry because their commander has died. Soon after, Hugh asks Shaw about the communications and they are still out. David takes off his suit and checks outside but can't see Calvin. They then figure out that the only way it can get back into the ship is through the thrusters. They can fire them and blast Calvin, but they'd have to know which thruster first. They follow it across the ship, firing the thrusters along its path, and it's jumping through the outside of the ship, but now they are running out of fuel and now they have. Hold on to your helmets, space cadets. Rocket, our astronaut heroes, are in a pickle. Their ship's a runaway train. Backquote, gotten themselves below their orbit. Backquote. Fearful face to save Earth, they gotta ditch Calvin the space blob. No room for hitchhikers on this emergency flight. But wait, there's hope. Light bulb turns out. Martian air turns Calvin into a sleepyhead. Sleeping, they just need to recreate that toxic nightmare. It's a cosmic cat and mouse game. Mouse face shows ceiling vents, Miranda's freaking out, and poor David's got space trauma flashbacks. Loudly crying. Amidst the chaos, there's poetry, laughter, and heartfelt pep talks. Smiling face with open hands, they're reminding each other it's not their fault. Hugh drops a truth bomb. It's a fight for survival. Collision, either they stop Calvin, or it's game over for humanity. Gasp. Fearful face. Hugh almost faints, but they rally. He then collapses and they have to revive him. They prepare the defibrillator, but there's no response from Hugh no matter how much they try. But then Miranda notices something moving on Hugh's leg. Calvin has attached itself to Hugh's leg and has been feeding on him this whole time. Miranda shocks it off his leg and it has grown so much that they need to run away from it. It chases after them, so Shaw leads it away from David and Miranda and locks himself into the sleeping pod. Calvin looks for a way into the pod, but it is sealed shut, so it leaves Shaw alone. Miranda and David make their way back to Hugh and he is still alive, but as they lift him up, he runs out of energy and passes away in Miranda's arms. Only 3 of them are left now and must find a way to kill it. That's when David spots Calvin on the 3D map. It has ingested Hugh's tracker and now they can see exactly where it is in the ship. Calvin finds Hugh again and starts to feed on him, but soon it jumps towards them, but they lock the door just in time. They drop the oxy level in that section and hold on to your helmets, folks, cause things are about to get wild. Our crew thinks they're in the clear, but nope. You can practically taste the sheer panic radiating off Calvin's side. Bam! Proximity alert. A rescue ship? Hallelujah, right? Wrong. They're clueless about the alien horror show inside. And get this, they're docking right where Calvin's hanging out. David's flashing SOS like a disco ball, but they're blind as bats. Then, Karthunk. They're attached. David's clueless, but Miranda? She drops the mic. This ain't rescue, buddy. It's planetary defense. We're heating this space station into the abyss to save Earth. Cue total chaos. SHO busts out of his pod, thinking it's a party, while Miranda's screaming, no. He throws open the airlock and Calvin's right on his tail. As the IS gets punted into the void, the rescue ship splits, and boom, decompression. Talk about a bad day at the office. Hold on to your helmets, folks, because things just went from 0G to DEFCON 1. Backquote whoosh, backquote seems like our friendly neighborhood alien life form is throwing a cosmic tantrum. We're talking the kind that starts to backquote, vacuum the entire backquote is backquote astronauts included. Backquote, can you even imagine backquote? Kalen's clinging to Shaw for dear life, and when the thing starts scaling him, Shaw pulls a hold my space bear moment, backquote, makes a daring sacrifice backquote. But plot twist, Kalen's not buying it. She's crawling back to safety while Miranda and David barely make it inside backquote, only to watch their ride get demolished by a rogue rescue ship backquote. Talk about a bad day at the office. Oh, and did I mention they're plummeting back to Earth with a measly 39 minutes until fiery doom, thanks to that malfunctioning rescue ship. But wait, David comes up with crazy plan. He's going to play intergalactic Pied Piper, using an oxygen candle to lure that thing into a lifeboat, backquote ride it into deep space backquote. Meanwhile, Miranda hightails it back to Earth in the other lifeboat. And guess what? It actually works. Calvin takes the bait and follows David into the escape pod, and